Recording in progress.
Ready? Good evening. We will call the Auburn City Council meeting for Monday, March 3rd, 2025 to order. We will begin with a land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge the federally recognized Muckleshoot Indian tribe, the ancestral keepers of the land we are gathered on today. We thank them for their immense contributions to our state and local history, culture, economy, and identity as Washingtonians. Tonight's meeting will be held both in person and virtually. If you would all please rise and join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Hannah, will you please call roll?
Deputy Mayor Rakes.
Here.
Councilmember Ammer. Here. Councilmember Baldwin.
Excused.
Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Here.
Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Here.
Councilmember Troutman Well.
Here.
Thank you. All right, we have a rather short agenda this evening. We don't have any announcements, mayor's proclamations, or presentations. Hannah, do we have any agenda modifications?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
Thank you. All right, we will move to audience participation. This is the place on the agenda where the public is invited to speak to the City Council on any issue. The public can participate in person or submit written comments in advance. Hannah, do we have any written comments?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And do we have anyone choosing to participate remotely this evening?
No, Your Honor.
All right. We will move to in-person comments. We ask that when you come forward to the podium, you give your name, your city of residence, and please limit comments to 3 minutes. There is a countdown clock right over there by Hannah that will help you gauge your time because I have been known to cut people off before if you go past that 3-minute mark. All right. Is there anyone that would like to provide comment this evening? Whoever.
Good evening, Mayor, Councilwomen, and Councilman. My name is John and Trevor Tola Jr., and I've been a resident of Auburn since 2016. I am representing the Auburn Bocce Club as its secretary and wish to place before you a proposal for the improvement of the outdoor bocce courts located at Les Cove Park. At a recent meeting of the Auburn Bocce Club, several members raised the issue of placing an artificial material as a more desirable surface over the present 4 oyster shell courts, which have been there for over 20 years. This type of artificial surface is easier to maintain, which over the long run is more economical. A similar surface was installed at the bocce courts in Woodland Park, Seattle, Washington, several years ago, and comments from individuals who play there confirm that the maintenance of those courts has cost less and the upkeep overall has been improved in the long run. When construction is underway, members of the Auburn Bocce Club are willing to volunteer their time and efforts even to help install the new surface, which would be a considerable savings in expense. In closing, I'm requesting that the Auburn City Council approve a budget for this project to be completed this year. I hope that you give due consideration to this matter. I thank you for listening to the proposal. Sincerely, John and Trevor Tolo. Thank you.
Thank you.
If
And
you
if you have the proposal, if you would give it to Hannah,
Sure.
we
thank
we will make sure that council gets copies of
you.
it
If
as
you have
well.
any questions in English or Italian, I brought my interpreter here from Italy,
Brought Sal with you, yeah.
so that is free to you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, is there anyone else that would like to speak? So,
Good evening. Just to deal with my accent, I'm Italian. My name is Salvatore Cascone, and for somebody, I'm the bocce guy. That's my nickname. Many of you, and that be changed on the city council, so I come just one time before. The bocce court was built 20 years back. Was inaugurated 2014. I said 1,000 people on this year been enjoyed to learn the game or play the game. For my pleasure, 10 of us, including one me, we've been play on the national team. That's the facility training. With that, we have a problem. We play just 5 or 6 months of the year, and then the rain, and then moss growing. So maintenance become lots of work. Actually, we have a contract with the city, memorandum of understanding. 20 years back, we get $10 an hour for maintaining the court or teaching new people. I don't know what happened after the hour keep it going. I don't know exactly. My secretary changed now. Anyway, John did the presentation. We need to improve the surface. We improve it with artificial material. We have no help for maintenance. And I'm proud to be 88 years old. And sometimes my leg don't help anymore. So, need to be done quick because, Kids Day come and 4th of July come and then the Summer Fest come and we be there all the time to benefit the city. Some of you, city council, maybe don't know what's this. We have a tournament a few times a year. People come from Portland, from Miami, from all over the state, and spend the money in the city here. Spend a night, some. Last thing, I'm not just to speak to the public, okay? Auburn Bocce Court is the only bocce court in Washington State, professional or 90% professional. We have another club in Seattle, which they did the certificate type here, Green Lake exactly. And that's it on Washington State. So it's a good facility for the park, the city of Auburn. Please, do something to do it quick because I don't have help anymore.
thank you.
And just say if we need to participate, we got to participate. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Salvatore. All right, sir.
I haven't been here for a long time. My name's Tim Gilmore. I live in 11818 Southeast 310th Street in Lee Hill. In 2000, Schneider Homes came to a piece of property at the end of my street, 14 and a half acres. Lady owned it. She was 80-something years old. They wanted to purchase it. She said no. She wanted to live there until she died. She and her husband built the house there when 124th was a gravel road. Schneider Homes, without telling anyone or anything, they came into, actually to King County at that time. We were unincorporated King County. And they had them change the zoning of that piece of property to multifamily dwelling. She had to leave. Her taxes went up $1,000 a month, more money than what she was paying. She had to leave. While they were building, I was with a lady named Paula Thrush. We did traffic concurrency tests on 124th and 310th and all those roads. They were failing drastically at that time before they built 300 apartments and 94 condos across the street from an elementary school. When that happened, I went to the Auburn School District and talked to Bob Poltevart, the deputy superintendent, and Linda Cowan. They wrote me a letter stating that we definitely need protection for our children to get back and forth across that road to that school and other people during the night or whatever when they're going over there. We need a pedestrian overpass or a pedestrian underpass according to the laws of how much traffic was going on that road. They built them anyways. King County allowed it. Now we have a brand new school there. We have another 2 new schools there since then, Mountain View High School and another elementary school, all of which come off that road, 124th. Schneider Homes, I just heard, came down here and got approval for another piece of property right on the same corner, opposite across 310th. They changed it from R5 to multifamily. It cannot handle it. It's dangerous for our children. It's dangerous. Schneider Homes went to King County. We fought Schneider Homes in King County. When they started turning the dirt there, they ruined my well that had been down there from 1966. I proved it. They said, okay, Schneider Homes should give you bottled drinking water for you and the other guy in your well until this is taken care of. A year later, I went up there and I said, hey, you don't know phone call, no anything from Schneider Homes. He said, I didn't say they had to. I said they should give you bottled drinking water. My well is still that way. Filtered, I cannot drink the water, neither can the neighbor. And now we're going to allow them to build another multifamily dwelling right across the street. They were also told not to touch an acre of property there. On a Wednesday when King County was in meetings, they cut down every tree. We're talking 200-year-old cedar trees, bigger around than this, and hauled them off. When we fought it, King County says, well, we'll have you guys design a park. So we designed a park. Nobody was supposed to move into any of those homes that Schneider Homes built until that park was complete.
Ken,
It isn't complete.
sir, I do need you to wrap up.
Okay, I will wrap up. I can do this. The other thing I wanted to talk to, I'll have to do it at another time. We're failing our kids, folks. We don't have anything in Auburn for our children. Our bowling alleys are gone. Our skating rinks are gone. I used to coach football here for 17 years. I coached Auburn junior football. We got to do something for our kids.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Please come forward, give your name and city of residence for the record, and please limit comments to 3 minutes.
Virginia Haugen. I just discovered I live on Graffiti Alley now. I had to watch in California as a teenager. I know what happened to my friend's land and how she had to raise her children. I know what happened to the city that my aunt and uncle lived in and raised their sons in. I know about East LA, and that I listened to people who came to this city from New York. They came to Auburn from New York City, from Philadelphia. They came from Idaho or Spokane. They came from Oregon. And they took everything that people like Nancy Backus got from this town that she is so proud of. My children told me, I stood right there and said to my daughter, are you glad that you got to grow up in a town like Auburn? And she said, yes. Her children are going to school in this town. My fourth generation granddaughter born right over there. And people don't have the courage to come and stand at this podium and say, the comprehensive plan is destroying what we have because the lot size gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and someone has a well and they can't use it anymore because the water has been used up by a developer. Maybe that developer maybe they live in a foreign country, and those developers said, oh, in the United States you can build what you want, and there's this place called Washington State. We will go there, and we will get 800 acres of land. We will remove all of the trees, and we will put a brand new city south of Virginia Haugen, who has studied comprehensive plans until she was almost blind.
Virginia, I'm going to ask you to stay by the microphone, though, so it can be picked up. Thank you.
And when I stand here and I listen to elected officials having a little nonsensical argument, and I have a hearing issue, and I have to listen carefully to hear what is being said, and I leave in disgust because I hear a woman, she sold her house for a lot of money, and she told me, I don't want things to happen near me. I don't want it to be like Auburn. Well, hey, you think I need that? I don't think so. And it's going to get worse, folks.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Yes, please come forward. Your name and city of residence for the record, and please limit comments to 3 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jeffrey Walker. I live in Auburn, Washington, just down Auburn Way, heading towards the Muckleshoot Reservation. I've lived there for a number of years. I'm helping take care of my girlfriend's mother who's disabled, and she's also disabled, so trying to make the best of things as many people are. I even own a piece of property up in the northeastern part of the city, and I was looking to put a house on it and such, but running into a number of financial and economic problems that are keeping me from doing that. But I'd like to make a couple points and really get involved with you guys and put a face and a voice to what I see as my generation who's been kind of quiet about all this and really kind of leaving it up to the old guard to take care of business, and we want to state our opinions and our voices. I'm also a tattoo artist. I'm a business owner. I've worked nationally and internationally. My mom owned Golden Viking Sports up in Kent. I won't go too much into my history, but just so you know, I'm ingrained in the area. I was born in Tacoma, and went to school in Seattle at the Art Institute, and I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in computer design and web design. Auburn stands at a pivotal moment, poised to harness our rich aerospace heritage and embrace emerging technologies to drive our city's future. Auburn's identity is deeply intertwined with the aerospace sector, a cornerstone of Washington's economy. In the Auburn-Renton region, aerospace employees account for 2.4% of all restaurant sales in the area, directly supporting 420 restaurant jobs, the equivalent of 35 establishments of the 216 that are here. And the vast majority of those establishments utilize independent delivery services, which circumvent our local and state minimum wage standards and effectively take money out of the pockets of the most vulnerable to financial strife. This underscores the sector's ripple effect and begs the question, are we benefiting local businesses and communities or helping them to rob our most vulnerable workers? Furthermore, we must tackle the misuse of sub-minimum wage classifications by companies like DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, Uber Eats, and similar delivery contractors. National corporations have exploited loopholes, classifying delivery workers worked in your town as tipped employees with a substandard minimum wage of $2.13 an hour, plus whatever they get in tips. As a DoorDasher myself, some days I'll only make $2 in an hour. I might not get a single tip from going out and doing this. I'm risking accidents, I'm risking my car, my safety and my livelihood just to get people some food, and I'm being cut down by both the corporation who's hurting the businesses by taking a chunk of their profit, a chunk out of my pocket and paying me diddly squat to try to get by. And I'm supposed to support, a family. I have a kid in school, and like I said, 2 disabled people at home. It's a bit more than any one person can handle, and I know I'm not alone. I am the voice of hundreds of people running DoorDash around here, making quite possibly $2 an hour. Seattle's instigated a couple safeguards against this to increase the minimum wage that these people are paid and doesn't allow these corporations to undercut them. I implore Auburn and similar cities to start enacting legislation that safeguards this. We don't want people delivering food, getting in accidents and getting hurt for $2 an hour. It's a crime, in my opinion.
Sir, I
So
do
I
need
am
you
also
to
working
wrap up,
to help
please.
unionize these delivery workers and try to bring some cohesion so that they have a more powerful voice in this and they don't feel so disenfranchised to speak up against the employers who will simply regard them as contract workers who can be cut if they send an uncomfortable email.
And I do need you to wrap up.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
I wanted to thank you guys for the time and for listening to me on this point. I have a number of other things I'd like to tackle with you in the future, but I appreciate the time and the space. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to comment tonight? Final time, is there anyone else that would like to comment tonight? All right, we will close audience participation. Hannah, do we have any correspondence this evening? All right, we'll move to the consent agenda. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered by the City Council to be routine and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Is there a motion? Deputy Mayor Rakes.
I move to approve the consent agenda, Mayor.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Rakes.
Thank you, Mayor. Minutes from, the consent agenda consists of minutes from February 18th City Council meeting, minutes from February 24th, 25 study session, and the claims and vouchers is listed on your agenda.
Thank you. And is there anyone here from the Finance Special Focus Area this evening? Clinton? Councilmember Taylor? Do you have anything?
No, Mayor.
All right. All right, thank you. Are there any questions, or would council like any of these items removed for separate consideration? All right, all those in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Consent agenda passes. We have no unfinished business. We have no new business, so we will move to resolutions. Resolution number 5804, a resolution authorizing the duly appointed administering agency for the South King Housing and Homeless Partners to execute all documents necessary to enter into an agreement for the funding of affordable housing projects as recommended by the SKIP Executive Board, utilizing funds contributed by the city to the SKIP Housing Capital Fund. Is there a motion? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I move to adopt resolution number 5804.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
I second that motion.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 5804, resolution authorizing the dual appointment administrating agency for the South King County Housing and Homelessness Partners to execute all documents necessary to enter into agreement for the fundings of affordable housing project as recommended by the SKIP Executive Board, utilizing fund contribution by the city to the SKIP Housing Capital Funds.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor of resolution number 5804, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5804 passes. Resolution number 5815, a resolution relating to the endorsement of the Kent Valley Economic Development Air and Space Manufacturing Roundtable. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt Resolution 5815, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. Kent Valley Air and Space Manufacturing Roundtable, inspired by the proven success of the Next Generation Sector Partnerships model, aims to unite C-suite leaders and key partners to tackle pressing challenges and develop actionable strategies that will keep our region's primary industries competitive and thriving.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from council? All those in favor of resolution number 5815, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution 5815 passes. As I mentioned, it's a short agenda this evening. We will move to mayor and council member reports. At this time, the mayor and city council may report on significant items associated with their appointed positions on federal, state, regional, and local organizations. We will begin with Deputy Mayor Rakes.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a couple things. On the 25th, I attended the Green River Community Day, where I filled in for the mayor and gave a speech to them. Had a great time talking to some of the students up there and their career choices. And then on that Thursday, I attended Daryl Faber's retirement party, and I just want to say how much that we're going to miss him and what a great parks director he was.
Thank you. Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. Got a chance to spend some time in Olympia last week with the mayor and the colleagues, and it was interesting getting to talk to some of our legislators there, and I'm optimistic. And also, I forgot what the other, and again, congratulations. Great speech by the mayor the other night. Opportunity to hear the State of the City speech and enjoy being there with everyone.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. Just like Councilmember Clinton Taylor had mentioned, enjoyed my time with our other council members in Olympia, getting to talk to some of our representatives in legislation about what needs to happen here in Auburn. So having that voice there really makes a difference. Also, I have to hand it to Madam Mayor, her State of the City address. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch that, I highly recommend doing so. We accomplished a lot in 2024. I'm excited about the years to come, and it was a fantastic speech. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel.
All I have to say is I echo with everyone here. We all went to the same meetings, same conferences, and it's nice to always go to conferences because you get a lot of learning. There's a lot of training and stuff, and then you get to network with the fellow regional council members and also our Sound City Association board. Also, the mayor, I wasn't able to go to her event because I was very deadly sick, but I watched it, and I also have to say that she did a nice job. Also, I did attend the Green River Community College with my colleague, Council Deputy Mayor Rakes, to speak to the youth, the African-American youth. And I'm just so impressed with them and their future and their leadership that they are looking to follow through. So with that, that's my report.
Thank you. Councilmember Ammer.
First, I want to wish Ramadan Mabruk to our Muslim community. Today is the third day of Ramadan. I attend the Olympia, which was interesting. I learned a lot going there. I learned if you have free time, you can listen to what we care about it, like what our priority, which I did at 2 in the morning. Second, I attend the Washington Annual Award was in Emerald Down with the mayor and Yolanda, which was interesting, I think. That's
the
it.
Thoroughbred Association.
Yeah. That's it,
right.
I think. I was fasting, so my mind is not okay.
All right, thank you. So as council members have mentioned, we were in Olympia for 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, February 19th and 20th, and that was for the Association of Washington Cities City Action Days, where we did attend breakout sessions, conversations with the new Attorney General, with some of the lobbyists, understanding what the issues are in front of our state lobbyists this year, our state legislators, this year, talking about the budget shortfall that the state has and some of the ways that they are looking to reduce or eliminate that budget shortfall. Some of it is with cuts within all of the agencies, and some of it may be looking at new revenues. But the goal is to do a majority of it through funding cuts. So we'll see how that goes. We wish the state legislature luck. There are several issues that we are working on right now with our legislators. One of those is House Bill 1380, or now substitute House Bill 1380, which up until 6 months ago, there were 2 court rulings in place that required that before any unsheltered individual was trespassed, there had to be shelter space available for them. You could not simply move someone out of a park, off of a public street, without providing a place for them to go. There was the Boise decision, is what it was known as, and the Grants Pass decision, which basically upheld the Boise decision. Those two, the Grants Pass decision was then brought before the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court ruled that it was, basically they overturned both the Boise decision and the Grants Pass decision, meaning that you did not have to provide shelter for an individual before you trespass them. Now, in the city of Auburn, excuse me, we have for quite a while had wonderful services. We have a staff of 4 individuals who are out in the encampments on a daily basis, providing services for individuals. We did highlight them, showcase them at the State of the City last year, working with 426 unique individuals. Our team housed 205 of them, which is a significant number to be housed successfully. So regardless of whether the Grants Pass decision or the Boise decision was in place, we were doing and we continue to do what we believe in the city of Auburn is the right thing. We have one of our Human Services Committee members here in the audience tonight, and I appreciate the work that you do on behalf of the residents, whether sheltered or unsheltered in this city. The state legislature has brought forward substitute House Bill 1380 that would basically reduce the amount of funding that we could utilize for helping our unsheltered neighbors, and it would be utilized for the litigation that we would incur, because it would put back into place Boise and Grants Pass with even more regulations. It's similar to a bill that was passed in Oregon last year, and there have already been 2 lawsuits, and just the attorney fees in each one of them are over $150,000. Now, I don't know about you, but I think $150,000 would be far better spent working with those in our community who are in need of services. So that's one of the bills that we are opposing. And we did hear about that while we were in Olympia. So just wanted to give an update on that. That bill has passed out of committee and is going to rules too. So I have been contacting our legislators, asking them not to support House Bill 1380. We had, I'm also a member of the Association of Washington City's Board of Directors, and immediately after our 2 days in Olympia, we had our board meeting where one of the items on the agenda, I represent District 13, which is made up of roughly 16 cities in South King County. And there had been a request to remove Newcastle from the South King County District and go into District Number 5, which includes Bellevue, Redmond, Kirkland. And so we said farewell to Newcastle as one of the cities represented in District 13, and wish them the best. We'll still be supporting them. They just will not be part of our district any longer. And as Councilmember Ammer mentioned, attending the Washington Thoroughbred Association Awards Dinner on Saturday, the 22nd. Congratulations to all of the award winners. It was a wonderful event to attend. And for several days during the last 2 weeks, as a member of the Sound Transit Board of Directors and a member of the Executive Committee, I have been involved in interviews and selection for those to be finalists for the new CEO position at Sound Transit. We had 3 finalist interviews today, and the Executive Committee will be discussing on Thursday those 3 candidates. They will be made public, I believe, at that point in time. Up till this point in time, the identity of the 3 candidates has been private. It is a small industry, and we do not want to harm their work at their current agency. So it has remained private. But we will be holding our debrief on Thursday the 6th at 10:30 in the morning. And that is the extent of my report for the evening. Do we have any need for an executive or closed session this evening? Thank you very much for that. We are adjourned.